The grand final is all that's left for the Fear Fest finale on the North American portion. We got Firstkiller versus AJ. Winner walks away with $3,000. Losers get $1,500. Chat, here we go. We got AJ versus Firstkiller. Another grand final that you might be used to seeing if you watch North American 1v1 tournaments. AJ and Firstkiller. I actually didn't play it. Actually, I take that back. I was thinking about the swamp. It wasn't a grand final. It was AJ and Firstkiller playing in the semis. Firstkiller able to take down AJ, and then Chronic in the grand finals. He's looking to do it in reverse this time around. Take down Chronic in the semis, and then AJ in the final round. It'll be $3,000 for the winner of this best of 7. Only $1,500. I say only, but $1,500 is quite the haul to get for a 1v1 tournament as well. I will go to the player who finishes second. AJ might be the first to score if he can get a fortunate bounce here, but he got just about as terrible a bounce as possible. Firstkiller and AJ both rocking the Fennec. Firstkiller lost, I believe, his first game against Chronic in the Octane, and since then has become a convert into the Fennec. AJ's been Fennec all tournament, except when he played Sentio against Zapatos in pool play. And then he switched to the Octane, actually, to finish out that series. Firstkiller defending this high dribble. AJ brings it back down to the ground to him, right in the corner, but this bump should be the first goal of the series. 1-0 for Optic Gaming, AJ. Missed wave dash kickoff for AJ, it seemed. Firstkiller forced back down to the ground. Free flip into this reset, but instead of hitting in the net, he hit the back wall. So it'll be an AJ goal instead of a Firstkiller tie game. AJ has not cleaned up that wave dash kickoff. He wasn't able to hit it previously, and this time gets him scored on. Firstkiller bringing the ball directly at AJ. We were here on Champions Field for the grand final, so I'm joined in the booth by the Champions Field announcer, who is going to pop off for every defender save. AJ, can he go the full field with his dribble? Decides not to try to. Probably the safer option. Firstkiller recognizing there's nothing for him to do with the ball with 0 boost and that high bounce. So he leaves it for AJ, retreats to net. AJ over the top. Did well to avoid the defender, but at the cost of keeping the ball low enough to go in the net. Firstkiller hits the ball past AJ to the back wall, but AJ recovers quickly. AJ surprising backup challenge. Firstkiller the demo to prevent him from being able to get a goal from it. And Firstkiller takes the immediate shot. He sees AJ coming to meet him at the midfield. He says, no, you can't do that. You need to sit in net. If you're going to meet me here, I'm just going to immediately score past you. Both these two struggling slightly on their wave dash kickoff. Firstkiller certainly has the better one so far. AJ, soft flick directly at the net. Firstkiller able to handle it and escape into the blue half, trying to undercut AJ. He undercuts him and then demos him. Now he just needs a spawn from AJ on the opposite side of the field, and there will be no troubles at all in the process of getting this goal. Wall dash from Firstkiller. Catch back up to this ball without using boost. Wanted to go for a tight angle to the opposite side of the net. AJ able to clear it away, but trying to finish off with a bump. can't connect, and that means Firstkiller gonna be able to come in and out of the nets for an easy long shot. Interesting wave dash kickoff for Firstkiller. The ball falls into his car to give him a reset. Ends up flipping back off it. It was a delay from AJ. What a save. The announcer loving it in game. AJ, patient catch. Able to flick over Firstkiller. Had the opportunity to launch the ball immediately, but he knows it'd be better to catch and scoop the ball within one of Firstkiller, who's had the hotter start in this long series. This is a best of 7. AJ out of boost, gonna be forced to flick, and it's just in. I don't think AJ necessarily expected to score here, but he had no other choice to take the early flick with the amount of boost he had left, and it was just so strong that Firstkiller couldn't redirect it to the crossbar in time. Slightly delayed kickoff from Firstkiller. So he does not fully boost to the ball. See him slowing down late. He's able to control it onto the side wall. He'll get the first couple possessions that might end the game here. Next goal could win it. Firstkiller's dribble. It's re-jumped by AJ. Able to stop it, but not able to get his own corner. Now he's sitting patiently behind the ball, making sure not to make a flip that could be his last, although he might have done that. AJ makes it back, saves it directly down on the ground, and that prevents Firstkiller from having a quick shot. AJ keeps doing this sideways zap dash thing. I don't know if he's intentionally doing it, but it seems like he's popping just his left side wheels up as opposed to his front wheels, and then dashing down. Firstkiller air dribble. The ball's gonna roll in. AJ cannot keep it out. Tries to match him in the air, but ultimately needed a direction to save it and didn't have one. Just slowed down the pace a little. Wait, is this an immediate goal? What? No! How close was that? What was that? How is that possible? I can't believe that that was almost a goal. Game number 2. AJ, so close to tying the game there. I did not expect that. It was kind of a quick shot on net that somehow beat it past Firstkiller and then landed inches away from tying the game. That would have been truly the most insane send to overtime I've seen maybe ever. Even with number 2 being Cosmic. I think Cosmic sent it to overtime earlier today. That is definitely number 1 now since AJ did not succeed. But had AJ got that, he might have been able to put Cosmic down to number 2. AJ, ball to air dribble, puts it behind Firstkiller. Ends up taking the shot pretty far away from the net, which historically makes it a bit easier for the defender. But Firstkiller still rotates past the play, has to try and backflip for the save. Radiation Prone, thank you for the prime. You just got 137 5-minute ads. No. We might have to run, like I said, I forgot to mention, probably have to run a 1-minute ad during the time in between the games. Nice shot by Firstkiller, top right. Just to make sure we stay ahead of the pace that Twitch requires. Then we should be able to ready up immediately for the rest of the series. Wave dash kickoff for AJ, looking better in this game number 2. Firstkiller able to steal the corner boost. Thought he could bump AJ, but AJ actually does escape, and he's still not out of the woods though for getting bumped. Firstkiller, interesting attack on this ball. Goes over the top of AJ and then around to clear it away. AJ, this cost him a lot of boost to get that touch because of a missed jump in the corner. He's made up for it. Has 100 now. Really soft setup. Firstkiller should have the counterattack if he can keep this low enough, but no, he slammed it over the crossbar. AJ cannot protect this dribble enough. Felt like he was there, but Firstkiller, in an attempt to play quickly, I guess felt the pressure of AJ coming back. Shoots it off the backboard and apologizes to everybody for giving AJ a freebie. Firstkiller controlling the kickoff. AJ makes a save and it's up on the side wall. Decides to come down. Firstkiller once again going too high. And AJ wanted to save everything he had for the latest possible moments. Firstkiller takes advantage of that. AJ could jump off this wall and flip directly into the ball, but he thought maybe he could get away with falling to the ground and saving his flip. The reason why he wants to do that is flips are so frequently death sentences when low on boost on defense. So you make a high flip, even if it's a challenge on the ball. The moments it takes you to fall back down to the ground are usually moments that the opposition is able to use to score. Firstkiller, a high pre-jump to intercept this take. Once again, another pre-jump. AJ slams it off the ceiling to make sure he can't get to it. And then takes the double off the ground for a third. Firstkiller becoming a bit too predictable with those early challenges. AJ is able to make the outplay. It is a best of 7 in this grand final, the only best of 7 in the tournament. AJ, what a shot. Looks beautiful despite the finish not being one that Firstkiller couldn't deal with. The fake though, that'll be enough. AJ pops the ball up, gets the reset, and then lets Firstkiller roll off of that post. And as soon as you do that, you just about lose full control of your car. AJ rolls it in for a 2-goal lead. Firstkiller, dribble from the back corner, pulls off. He's done this so many times. This is one of his favorite ways to attack in the air. He'll air dribble most of the field and then right outside the net, pulls away. Backflips to set up the entirety of the top of his car, protecting the ball, and there's just nowhere to go with the clear. You try and make a save, you just slam it right back in to his car. He's not able to win this race to the midfield. AJ dribbled directly into the hands of Firstkiller. He recovers before the shot. Firstkiller pushed all the way back to the corner. AJ really have a window there. He thought about reversing to it if Firstkiller wasn't going to come back to the ball, but he did. And AJ, big miss. Doesn't need to touch it though, because it wasn't on target. And actually, not touching it might even be better, so who knows? Maybe AJ missed it on purpose. Firstkiller, an attempt to keep the ball in the blue half, followed AJ all the way into the corner and took a very unfavorable challenge attempt. Firstkiller down 2. As the Champions Field announcer just let us know, less than 60 seconds to make up the deficit. AJ, the bump. And then the slowdown to make sure that the ball crosses at exactly the right time. If he doesn't give this slight adjustment, I think Firstkiller is able to recover and get back and make the save, but he pops it one more time, and that's just the exact recipe that Firstkiller can't deal with. 6-3, slight delay on the wave dash kickoff for Firstkiller. Has himself the wall to air dribble setup, goes for the ceiling for the reset, and pushes it into the corner, not even able to take the boost, so that's probably the end of game number 2. AJ likely to tie the series camped out on his side of the field. Ultimately, cannot protect Firstkiller forever from getting his chance as he backflips after grabbing the corner boost and is able to clip AJ as well. 21 seconds, and I guess I could have called it early if AJ can't hold on. Cuts infield and gets another goal. Is not backing down even with the lead. He had definitely lost that kickoff, and a more afraid defender might have leapt immediately to the corner in an attempt to desperately hold on to their game. Instead, AJ stays confident, makes a play on the ball, and extends the lead back to 3 in order to ice the game. AJ tying it up 1-1 in a long best of 7. Game number 3. AJ and Firstkiller. Neck and neck. AJ still in that exact same fennec he was in before, despite hopping out of the game in between these two. Firstkiller strikes first. Chip to himself. AJ thought about turning around to Shadow, ultimately tried to intercept it closer to Firstkiller and not able to get a touch. Firstkiller slowly dribbling towards the net. AJ doing a good job of progressing through the net at exactly the right pace, such as to never leave a window open for Firstkiller. Has to stay wide at first. And as AJ approaches that opposite post, AJ needs to close the distance as well. That's exactly what he did. Finishing off with a decent 50. This irregular bump is escaped by Firstkiller. But these bumps are not. The ground bumps will get AJ in a good spot. He delays the shot. And it's enough to bait Firstkiller in. I thought AJ was going to take the quick shot, but he didn't really have the boost to do so. So I actually think that's maybe one of the main reasons. It would have been just far enough away that if he had tried to use his 12 and like pre-flip for a shot, he might have hit it too high. He might not have gotten there in time. Firstkiller missing that quick kickoff. So he decided to wait and side flip, and that worked too because it gave Firstkiller time to try and dive on the play. AJ, smooth wave dash catch. Can he follow it for a goal? Firstkiller sends it into the corner and is now trying to attack quickly back the other way. His double is stopped by AJ, who pins it to the back wall. And now has it in the corner. Firstkiller trying to be aggressive. Even though AJ had the read on that and pops the ball early enough, Firstkiller connects with AJ's car in order to make sure that he is not able to get a goal. And actually, Firstkiller will demo again. Get himself a 1-goal lead. Wave dash kickoff for Firstkiller, leading to a perfect wall to air dribble. Reset right near the ceiling. Doesn't get better than this. A musty to the top left corner. Firstkiller with perfection in the air. AJ never stood a chance at stopping that one. Did somebody really say Firstkiller's mechs aren't looking clean moments before that goal just happened? I mean, that's just unlucky. You know, that's just unlucky. Trying to have that take and then Firstkiller hits that. I mean, that's just tough. You just go again if that just happened to you in chat. AJ able to get a second goal. That was unfortunate timing. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Oh, what a save indeed. Firstkiller just pushed it off of the crossbar and back into his car, but AJ gets back, throws the what a save only after he gets his save. I don't know if that was for his recovery or for Firstkiller's original save. AJ dribble. Lets the ball fall into a reset. Crossbar down and out instead of in. Firstkiller, the air dribble is high. So high that I wasn't sure what he was going to do with it. So even if he stopped dribbling at that exact moment, it might have still hit backboard. He decides ultimately to just reset it off the backboard. Maybe in an attempt to stay in control of the possession. Now he's got a bounce dribble, tries to put it behind AJ, but AJ did a really good job positioning to cover the entire net, never giving a chance to squeeze it behind him. Firstkiller has been doing a lot of, after losing the ball, trying to make as early as possible of a challenge. And AJ's starting to read that and look for these early movements to get it past him. Firstkiller, though, still got enough on it, and then AJ breeds out a boost grab, and Firstkiller goes up 2. AJ, no mechs today. Now you're just trying to enable the person to pop off by saying they don't have mechs. Not sure it works that way. Not everybody's as unlucky as Mr. Murphy. AJ, uh-oh, is he actually gonna pop off right now? Oh gosh, maybe that is how it works. Maybe that is how it works. Just say somebody's mechanics aren't looking so good, and then it's a full field reset dunk on Firstkiller to bring himself back within 1. Can somebody in chat say that there's no way that Firstkiller hits a quad reset? Somebody say it'd actually be impossible for Firstkiller to hit a quad reset. Firstkiller off the ceiling. A nice catch to cut this one back behind AJ. I mean, we talk about AJ and his defensive positioning so far in this series. He's done a really good job of never leaving that window that so many people like to shoot at, the window behind the way the defender is facing. He's never left that open. Fortunately, he did this time. The wall dash is to the demo. AJ reset far away from the net. Firstkiller is already in the air. He takes it to the ground, pops it back up, and then finishes it off for a 4th. Chat's been saying the mechanics are off. Either player is having a tough time with any mechanic, it seems now. AJ able to meet Firstkiller on this quick shot, trying to set up another wall to air dribble. He sees Firstkiller hovering near the ceiling, and that's enough to throw AJ off his cadence. He would have gotten a much better dribble if Firstkiller didn't do that. So credit to Firstkiller for being active without the ball in order to make his life a bit easier. AJ once again early in the air. 30 seconds. Firstkiller with control of the ball. Looks early, looks for a demo, gets the bump, and has a 6th goal. AJ swinging wide around the play made it not possible for him to try and dodge that bump. Would not have been able to make it back to the ball in time. Delayed kickoff for AJ. Looking for a miracle here late. Didn't find it. Firstkiller actually maybe gave it to him. There's the miracle AJ wanted. Firstkiller, in an attempt to run up the score even more, has just made it possible for AJ to come back. What are we going to see from him in this final kickoff of the game? Diagonal. I think AJ actually likes diagonal. I want to say I was watching him stream, and he said in the final moments, you know, give me a diagonal when he needed a goal. Well, he's got his diagonal. He uses it for a fake, and now he has possession. Firstkiller forced him into the dribble early, and that's the end of the game. I mean, great defensive positioning from Firstkiller. Didn't even really have to commit at all. Just had to throw a half fake, and it was enough for AJ to lose it. Firstkiller takes the lead. Game number 4. AJ made it interesting at the end, but ultimately, Firstkiller came away with it. AJ gonna have to use that reset to put the ball back on target. Makes Firstkiller's job a bit easier, knowing that there's no need to worry at all about the fake, because if AJ doesn't use the reset, the ball falls into the corner. AJ I've been talking about how he's had these early reads on Firstkiller. Firstkiller likes to leave after his shot, but then approach as quickly as possible. Usually right after he gets the midfield boost, he's turning and making a play on the ball every time. AJ recognizes that all he has to do in that case is give the ball a nice pop, and he's likely to have an open net. AJ wanted to get a shot attempt as Firstkiller went to go take the midfield boost. Couldn't get enough power on it, but he has earned himself a potential possession. Firstkiller's going to chase him down to try and prevent that. As he slams this one off the sidewall, forces AJ in the air. Oh, Firstkiller, does he have the read? Oh, he doesn't have enough boost. It might still go in, but no. AJ does make it back in time. AJ slamming with Firstkiller, trying to push him onto the side wall in order to get an angle on a shot. Keep Firstkiller away, but he couldn't fully do it. Now can he gain control of this dribble? Firstkiller cannot be stressed enough how good of a job he's done at making AJ adjust to his positioning constantly. AJ's not the kind of player you want to let have a ton of open space. Let him get his dribble started and get to his aerial gameplay without any frustration. Firstkiller has always been around, making sure that AJ's not sure when to take the ball up and when he's going to have space. Firstkiller this time air dribble into a 150 around the net. He'll tie the game. Firstkiller unable to sneak it in the bottom corner. AJ, ooh, I thought he had a reverse shot. It might have been tough, but if he had kept his momentum in reverse, could he have scored there? I don't know. Firstkiller, great continuation. AJ trying to pick up pads in net. Looks to pre-jump. Firstkiller puts it behind him. I will get to Steam signs, by the way. I think we've got a lot of Steam signs during the tournament. No worries. I always get to them eventually. A sensational goal for Firstkiller, which is a better wave dash kickoff than AJ. Except this one works out beautifully for AJ. AJ gonna get to his wall-to air dribble. Firstkiller, once again, a lot of movement in the defensive end. Goes to the ceiling in an attempt to psych AJ out. This time AJ seems pretty unaffected. You don't see him panicking and flipping the ball early as a way to adjust to Firstkiller's challenge. He just took his dribble and ended up finishing it to tie the game. Firstkiller, a reset of his own. He goes underneath AJ. An absolutely magnificent goal indeed. AJ prepped to make a save, but Firstkiller did such a good job of threatening high. AJ popping this ball onto a carry. Another early pop over the top of what he thought would be an early challenge from Firstkiller. That just goes to show the mix-up that has been Firstkiller's defensive game. This time AJ's still able to find his way through over the back of a bump on the back wall. Yeah, the thing about Champions Field is you are going to get the in-game announcer definitely mislabeling some magnificent goals and magnificent saves. Like that one. What an insane save by AJ. So good that moments later, he was scored on. Firstkiller just hanging out outside the net, waiting to bring the ball right back at AJ if he makes a mistouch, which he did. Look at this wave dash kickoff. Magnificent goal indeed. I would say the announcer's not far off this time. Nothing like the beauty of a really solid wave dash kickoffs. Firstkiller has been trying to match him with a standard. This time, instead, he goes for the wave dash as well. Firstkiller going to be forced into a bump. Oh my goodness, he actually just slowed the ball down with a touch. I was going to say he's forced into a bump because his first touch was so strong that the ball was already headed for the top shelf, so there's not really much adjustment you can do. AJ has had a great defensive stand, though. This long shot does not make it over the top of Firstkiller. Firstkiller onto the back wall. Able to hover behind this one to get AJ to fly past, and the long shot is there. AJ did not get enough on that one. Firstkiller was ready for him to try and meet him on the back wall, so you see him pull back on his car in order to win that challenge and prep for the continuation, which ended up being that goal. AJ, can he get it right back? He has to pre-flip over this one. Firstkiller scoops the save. Isn't able to get it infield in time to score without the AJ recovery. AJ rushing back to the ball. Firstkiller knows it, so he peels away and is almost able to score the continuation. AJ makes it back. What a touch. Wait, AJ, the respawn. Oh, Firstkiller just bumps him again. AJ taken off the map. He got a decent spawn that actually gave him a chance, but still, Firstkiller finishes it. Firstkiller just going to play the time as he cuts the ball into his back corner. AJ continuing to wall dash like a maniac. 5 seconds. AJ, even if he scores this now, will not be able to take the game. So it's Firstkiller up 3-1. AJ is going to need to win 3 straight. He wants to bring it back in this best of 7. Game 5. Firstkiller 1 win away from winning yet another North American tournament. He was stopped from winning the most recent Fall 5K by apparently Jack, the Englishman who at the time was in Canada for the RLCS split. Apparently Jack is now, for the holidays, back in Europe, but actually not competing in either version of the tournament. But without apparently Jack here to stop him, it seems like Firstkiller is on his way to a tournament win. He couldn't take AJ down in that best of 5, but he seems to be on form today when it matters most. AJ in the Octane. He was in chat earlier talking about how the Fennec was OP for 1v1 and how seeing Firstkiller switch to it meant a likely win for him. But now, with 3 straight wins needed and a series that has not been going in his favor, he is going to try out the Octane. AJ, ball to air dribble, nice flip to pop the ball up over the top of him. Make sure he can continue it. Prioritizes grabbing boost here, and it might leave him out of position for Firstkiller's take. He's recovered in time, so for now he's okay, but it should be still an extended attack from Firstkiller. AJ low on boost. Wave dashing around this ball. A demo! Now, he can get it to net quickly. There should be no chance for Firstkiller to stop him, and that's exactly what he does. This is AJ's signature Octane. What is the decal he's using? Stipplegate? Interesting. AJ's air dribbles have been read early by Firstkiller. Whenever he's been prepped in defense, he has come to meet him before they can really get started. Firstkiller right now just waits patiently on the side wall, and eventually zero boost AJ just gives him the opportunity he wants. I don't know what kind of pinch AJ was going for on that wave dash at the wall with zero boost, but he had to know that if he pushed it out to midfield, he was going to have a tough time getting back. Firstkiller, what a reset. AJ forces it off the crossbar. Incredible save from AJ. He's so fortunate to get a boost spawn that he does. It spawns right at the perfect moment. Any longer, Firstkiller would have been there to stop his dribble. AJ couldn't get that pinch on the sidewall that he wanted, so Firstkiller's going to rush it to net. The double is there. AJ actually has done a decent job of recovering and saving a few of these. Oh, the boost spawned right underneath him. He would have been nowhere close if it wasn't for that. But still, Firstkiller takes a 3-1 lead. Firstkiller is going to get a free goal. AJ handed it to him. So desperate to take his boost. It was very clear from Firstkiller's perspective. As soon as AJ took that last flip into the corner, he's like, okay, if you're going to flip there, I'm going to turn around and score. You know, if AJ maybe doesn't fully commit to it, Firstkiller might stick around longer in an attempt to win the race. But as soon as he sees AJ flipping in front of him, I mean, it's all but set in stone. Chat is trying to say that this game is set in stone as the GGs flow through. Every big tournament that I've run, chat has been desperate to call GGs too early. Have they called GGs too early today? 2 minutes for AJ to bring it back. Firstkiller off the ceiling, down to the ground. Ultimately, just a double jump shot. AJ saves it, but he's actually be forced to use a ton of boost to get back up to make this clear. Firstkiller is going to back off the ball. AJ, smooth catch. Flick lacks the power it needs, though. Firstkiller going to throw a similarly weak flick at AJ. And this midfield trade back and forth favors Firstkiller, who has the lead. He's able to pre-jump this dribble again. Firstkiller is just inside of AJ's head every time AJ's looking to start a dribble. Firstkiller seems to have known he was going to do it before he did. Jumps to intercept it. AJ finally has some space. This dribble will not be stopped. Oh, yes, it will! Firstkiller immediately pre-jumps and sets his sights on the high dribble of AJ. And as soon as AJ's camera pulls up from starting the dribble, there's the Firstkiller there to take the ball away. The bump from AJ will give him a second. Finally, AJ adjusts. The way Firstkiller's been playing defense, well, this time Firstkiller just attacks much later than he has been. 52 seconds for AJ to attempt to clutch up. He is going to win this race to the corner. This time it makes sense. AJ throws the nice one because he knows he's getting scored on. AJ taking those risks right now in an attempt to win that race into the corner, and he did. Then the frustration camera switching you see from Firstkiller as he's forced to watch the mistake he made. Delay kickoff from AJ. He is going to cut it right back towards net. A great setup around the ball to shoot it high, yet Firstkiller still able to get the save. 30 seconds, low boost for Firstkiller. AJ probably needs to rush this dribble. Actually, he's had enough of dribbling because Firstkiller has done such a good job of pre-jumping him. You actually see him delaying and taking his dribble late. Now the bump. Does he connect? No, Firstkiller gets around it. You see AJ trying to switch up his cadence so that Firstkiller can't keep pre-jumping him. This time it still didn't matter. Got Firstkiller to shadow as he made the jump, but looks like chat did call GG's correctly. AJ tried to work his way back, but couldn't quite do it. 4-1 for Firstkiller. He will be your Fear Fest finale grand champion.